Hi everybody, this is my first YouTube video. YouTube has done a lot for me, which is shown me an awful lot of stuff that people have done out there, which was absolutely incredible. The stuff that people build and the ingenuity that's out there. You know, you gotta love a redneck. So, I figured most people go out there and say, you gotta torque your wheels or your wheel will fall off. Well, that's only one part of it. Now, this lesson is on the torque on, this is a Volkswagen right here. This hub moves back and forth. It's called a floating rotor. It floats on the hub. There's a screw right here on most of them just to center it, just so so the disc won't spin, so you can easily put the lug nuts in or the lug bolts in. Now, what you don't want to do is over tighten the lug nuts or to mistighten the lug nuts. What happens is if you put too much torque here, like some tire changer with an impact gun puts 140 foot-pounds of torque here and about 100 pounds of foot torque here and 60 pounds here, well, guess what? This thing is going to warp. Now, when it heats up and cools, it's like metal expanding and contracting. And if it's not equally, pressure here, pressure here, pressure here, pressure here, all equal, what will happen is the disc will warp and you have to replace your discs. Another thing is you have to worry about for torque is making sure your lug bolts or lug nuts aren't all rusty and crappy. So when you put them in there, they should slide in with no torque in order to put it in, so you can get an equal, so you know exactly what amount of torque you have on per bolt. Now, if this is all rusty and this is all rusty, you're sitting there trying to get it right in there, and it takes like 15 foot-pounds of torque in order just to turn it on that rust, just to turn it inside that hub. Well, the pressure right here is going to be 65 or 60 foot-pounds if you use a 75 foot-pound torque wrench. 15 pounds of turning force, then clamping force. Then 60 and 15, 75 foot-pounds is generally what we use on these anyway. Now, if this one has clean threads and it spins right on through, you have 75 foot-pounds of torque here. So what will happen? The disc will warp. That's pretty much what you're trying not to do. And what you should do is always, if you have it, run a reamer or a tap down here, clean up the threads, and always have like a little small can of oil to oil your threads up. I learned that from one of the WRC mechanics in Cumbria, because I was putting on a tire on a WRC Focus, and I had dirt on the threads because it was in service, and the guy came up to me and says, "Get that shit off those threads." So he sprayed it with lubricating oil, and so the thing goes on the ice, and he said you need an equal amount of foot-pound torque per side to make sure everything is equal. And ever since then, that has stuck with me. So I use oil every single time I put on it. If I use penetrating oil, whatever, anything just to make so these bolts slide in here all nice and free, and then I can torque it down correctly. So I hope that helps some people out there to understand what is going on with torquing your lug nuts. And if a shot put on your wheels and about a month later your rotors are bad, guess what? They didn't do it. And they lied to you if they said they did. Thank you, YouTubers. I really appreciate it. Stand by. I'm going to try and get a lot more videos up. I built this TDI Corrado right here, and I'm building a Sport Quattro and a A2 Quattro and a couple other really stupid cars for no money. And thank you very much. Have a good day.